Hello, Sister Megan.
Hi, Vamsi.
Hi, Sister Megan.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm looking for my eyeglasses, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and let me hear you.
Okay. So, as you said, I made a presentation.
Okay.
So, can I share my screen?
Sure, absolutely.
Could give me the permissions, please?
Yeah. What about now?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So 1 second. Let me just. Okay. 1 second. We're not- Can you see my screen, sister?
No?
Hello.
Yeah, I can
Can
see
you?
it now. I can see it now. Wow, you're so prepared.
Okay. So, I am planning to share this one. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
So, welcome to Peer Development Training. And so this week we're going to talk about retakes, uh, the students. So my first, so I'm planning to make each one of the peer mentor to read this,
Okay.
and I ask them like how they feel about it once they read it, and how much they know about returning students. So there are like 5 segments when it comes to the returning students. One is returning student, and the second one is uh, retaking corresponding courses. For example, if the student wants to take a PC 103, he cannot continue PC 102 along with PC 103. 103. He has to take a related course if he wants to continue with the PC 103. If the student is retaking the PC 103.
Really, even though the student is has good grades in piece in introductory course, but
Uh, if
you
if the student wish to continue, he can take the introductory courses again. So that is my next thing. So the student already passed with a grade, but if he wants to take a course, he can do that.
Mhm.
And the fourth one is retaking courses out of sequence. For example, student continuing PC 103, he wants to take PC 101. He can
Mhm.
do that.
Mhm.
So he can opt out from PC 103, and
Mhm.
then he can take PC 101 in the semester. And there is only one thing that prevents the student from not taking the courses. He has to
Mhm.
pay the student a fee in order to continue further. And then student will be charged tuition for retaking courses. It's not free. Okay, I am paid my PC 103. I'm retaking the PC 103 again. So do I have to pay? So that is the most common question that is asked by the student. Yes, he will be charged again for taking the courses.
Mhm.
So when it comes to the employment procedure, what do we need to do if the students ask such questions? We know the scenarios of the students that are going to retake the courses. Okay, what we do. So here you can see the team that I arranged on the top. So this is me and sister Emizel and Zila and you were discussing if the student asks such question. And so for example, a student currently enroll wants to retake. So here it is the employment procedure that we need to do. And what if the student returning not completed and wants to retake? Here is the procedure for it. And then if you need more help, you can find a KB article under PC returning student. And what if the student returning has completed wants to retake? So this is the question you ask, sister. And then there we have to confirm with the Pathway Connect enrollment services. If they said, okay, if the course that he wants to retake meets the description, he can take that. So, for example, some of the courses offers retake, and then those courses end with R in the end. So those
Retake.
courses, they can be retaken.
Oh,
Not repeatable, but they can retaken.
I have a
And
question.
yes,
So
sister.
Sheila has a student, and
No?
I don't know if she has shared this in your team, but she has a student, and her student withdraw from PC 101 last semester, and now for PC 102, she retake the course, or she wanted to retake PC 101, but she's
Mhm.
registered now for PC 102.
Oh, I think in that case, I think we have to raise
A ticket.
yes, and
Okay.
then when she enrolling for the next semester, that's where we have to retaking courses out of sequence. That's the solution right there. And then we have to meet. We have to like raise a ticket to the enrollment services, and
Send to enrollment services.
yes, send her to enrollment services. Okay, this student already taken PC 103, but she's taking PC 101.
No,
So they will.
she hasn't taken PC 103. So last semester um she's enrolled in PC 101, but then she
Mhm.
withdraw, and now
Okay.
in this block, or in this registration started on May 18,
Mhm.
she applied again, she registered
Okay.
again, and the course that was given to her is PC 102 instead of PC 101. She
Oh,
hasn't taken PC 101 yet.
oh, and in that case, I think she completed PC 102 now, and then when we raise the ticket next semester, she is registered to PC 101.
So
We
she
have to,
has to finish PC 102 first.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. What is
That
that,
is,
KB? Uh-huh.
that's okay. So that we have to raise a ticket for enrollment services. There is no KB. If
Okay.
it's all under this one, PC returning students. We can find this about
PC
in
returning
this KB.
student.
Yes.
So the student should take PC 102 first for this
Mhm.
semester.
Yes, sister.
For this semester,
She can,
then
so she can complete PC 102 first.
for this
As
block.
sister M, yes, for this block, and
Mm-hmm.
then next semester, she when we raise a ticket, then she can continue with PC 101, and then she can continue with PC 103 with introductory courses.
Why not PC 101 first?
It's because she already registered as PC 101. I think the system did not recognize her as
Uh,
a dropped student. So maybe the pathway trying to help her to move forward. I think,
mm,
see, that is why my next study is talking about. So, old curriculum, we have like GS, General Studies, 120, Math, and English.
mm, mm-hmm.
And the new curriculum is, these are the equivalent courses. So, if the student is continuing PC 102, either she's going to learn about English or Math.
Mm.
So, General Studies can wait. And then,
Okay,
so
okay.
once she's completed PC 102, she can go back and do the general studies and PC 103 with introductory courses. So there is one important thing, that PC 103 is not equivalent to any of the old curriculum students, any old curriculum courses. So PC 103 is completely different based on the student's interest.
Okay, thank you, Vamsi. What is the title of the KB again? PC.
PC completion requirements. If the old student, he, for example, 2019 we have these courses. So these students had a change of heart. He wants to come back and continue. So in the scenario, we're going to refer completion requirements article, and then yeah, as okay, if the student is completed GS 120, okay, that means he did PC 101. So
Mhm.
and then the student, okay, he completed math 100L, okay, he
Mhm.
did 102. So the student can directly enroll into PC 103 and then continue. That's why PC 103 is not equivalent. So if the old students coming back, they have to take PC 103 with the introductory courses, and then they can move forward to college or become an
Mhm.
online degree student.
Okay.
And in the end, namaste.
Wow, I learned a lot. What is namaste?
That means thank you in Hindi.
Really? Thank you. Namaste in
Yeah,
Hindi. Ah,
namaste.
namaste, Vamsi. Thank you. Hi, Amizel.
Hello po.
It's nice to have you. Thank you, Vamsi. It's cool. I learned many
Thank you, sis.
things. Wait, I'm going to. How are you? How's your weekend, your long weekend, Vamsi and
Uh,
Amizel?
I have very bad weekend.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, that's why I didn't share in the group. My one of my aunts, she got really sick, and she's in a critical condition, and then she was hospitalized. So yesterday I spent all day
Mm-hmm.
um with her, and then trying to, like, there are like so many forms to be filled,
Mm-hmm.
and my cousin, he's out of town, so I had to be there and I had to take care of everything, and then I had to arrange an ambulance for her to transport her to hospital. So it was a hassle.
Good thing you were there. Thank you for
Yes,
ministering. For
thank you.
yeah, that was a service, right? With love.
Y- yes.
She needed you. How about you, Mizal? How are you?
I'm fine, sister.
Wow, it's nice to see your face. Okay, so it's already 4. Let's start now. And may I invite Vamsi and maybe Mizel to give the opening prayer for our meeting today. I'll stop the recording for a second.
So it means we cannot retake PC 101 when he retake the PC 102.
Okay, thank you, Sister Emizil. So the thing is, though, some students, they dropped PC 101, and then when they retake the courses, somehow accidentally got into PC 102 or PC 103. So however, it is fine, as because the students can take the courses out of sequence. For example, if the student did not feel well in 101, somehow he forgot or somehow he neglected PC 101. So when they come back, the system automatically allocates them PC 102. So in this situation, it is fine. The student can complete PC 102 first, and then he can complete PC 103, and then he can take PC 103 later. So which is fine. So that's what this statement is talk. So some students, some of them like come to us, hey, I dropped out long ago, and then I wanted to retake it, but somehow I got into PC 102. So should I continue? Should I drop? So in this situation, so we encourage them to continue PC 102, and then continue with PC 103, and then students can take PC 101 in the end to complete the Pathway Connect. And the last, so which of all of the scenarios students can take, or only one scenario which prevents the students to from retaking, which is the debt. Students have to pay the previous balance in order to continue. And also, some of the students might ask us this question, hey, I already paid for my PC 103. I'm retaking PC 103 again. So do I have to pay for it? Yes. Students, if the students wants to retake the course, they have to repay the tuition fee for the course that are retaking. do you guys have any questions? Please feel free to ask me. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So these are the most common scenarios that are listed, and then these are the most common questions that we get from the students. So okay, what do we do and when we are in this situation? So where do we go when and a student asks us these questions? Okay, let's go to the next slide that talks about our procedure, employment procedure. Okay, so there you can see that is our team with Sister Megan. And so, for example, Sister Azila, could you read this paragraph?
Sure. Currently enrolled wants to retake. Students who are enrolled in the current semester and want to retake a course in the next semester will not be able to use the returning student application to retake the course. Instead, a ticket should be created for these students and sent to the Enrollment Services Pathway Connect team. Make sure to
Okay.
provide the course the student would like to retake in the escalation description.
Okay, what do you understand, Sister Jila?
This scenario happened to my husband, wherein he wanted to retake the course. And then what we did is we had to create a ticket for him because he's not like this he's not able to use the returning student application. So
Yes.
a ticket has to be submitted so he can re-enroll to pathway again.
Yes. So this is for currently enrolled student. Okay, so this is for not the student who dropped out and coming back. So this is, for example, you continue education and you want to retake one of the courses in the past. So in this scenario, we create a ticket for the student who is currently enrolled. So next, sorry. Next scenario, Sister MJL, could you please read this paragraph?
Returning not completed wants to retake. For students who are returning after taking and have not earned their certificate of completion, they should use the returning student application to retake a course.
Yes.
See
So,
PC returning student.
so for example, a student, he dropped and then he is coming back. So this is where student, he can use the return student application to retake the courses and to complete the certification. So if you need more help, you could go KB. On the KB it says PC under returning students. There we can find the procedure what the student should need to do, or how can we help the students under the employment procedure. And the next scenario, sorry, I'm keep pressing the wrong buttons. The next scenario, Sister Sherlyn, could you please read this paragraph for us? Sister Sherlyn?
Returning or has completed. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, yes, Sister. Thank
I'm
you. Go
here.
ahead, please.
Okay. Returning or has completed wants to retake. For students who are returning after taking a break and have earned their certificate of completion, a ticket should be created and sent to the Enrollment Services Pathway Connect team. Make sure to provide the course the student would like to retake in the escalation description.
Okay, could you please tell us what you understand, Sister?
Retake, meaning they had a break for a semester or two and they want to earn the certificate of completion. Oh no, they already got their completion certificate.
Okay, so
and they are just returning. So we need to fill in this enrollment services tickets so they can be able to enroll again.
Yes, Sister.
And retake the course.
Yes, Sister. So thank you for where students, for example, I took pathway in 2019, and then after 3 or 4 years later, those students came back and they wanted to retake again. And so this is for them, because 2 years ago, Pathway Connect offered completely different courses. Now they changed into a new courses. So this is for those students who had done the pathway and then dropped and take a break, and they wanted to continue again. So this is for those students. So because their courses have changed, and then in order to continue with the new ones, so that enrollment services should know, okay, this is the old student, so he's coming back, so that they would provide him the material that he is has some idea of, and then he can continue with it. So, and the last scenario. Hello, Sister Fadia. Welcome to the meeting. Could you please read this last paragraph for us?
Hello, good afternoon. This one?
Yes.
For students?
Yes.
Retaking a course out of sequence. For students who have retaken a course out of sequence and need to be enrolled in a course beside the next course in sequence, create a ticket and send it to the enrollment services Pathway Connect team. For example, a student retakes PC 101 after taking PC 102 and wants to proceed to PC 103.
Thank you, Sister Fadia. So can you explain us, so what do you understand from this?
As I understood, we have to create a ticket if they are retaking out of sequence. So there's already an example. So what we have to remember is we have to create a ticket and send it to Enrollment Services Pathway Connect team.
Thank you, Sister. Thank you, Sister Fadia. So this is the one of the scenarios where we talk about what if the students took the courses out of sequence. So this is the employment procedure that we need to do, is to create a ticket to enrollment services and then let them know, okay, this student took PC 102 first, and then he wants to, or he wishes to continue with PC 103 and then PC 101 and then PC 103. So as a peer mentor, this is what we should do. Okay, we have to let the enrollment services know, okay, this student already taken PC 102, so he's now coming back to PC 101, so that they don't have to automatically transfer PC 102. Instead, they skip the PC 102 and then they go to PC 103. So as a peer mentor, so this is what we should do if the student wishes to continue after PC 101, which completed PC 102. So does that make sense? Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you, Vamsi, for sharing this wonderful training with us. We learned
And
so
then-
many things. We read
And
this
then
on.
there-
Yeah, please go ahead.
one more slide and then I'm done. So
Oh, okay.
for example, if the students that are all coming to us and then we don't know what to do, so these are the courses that were offered in early of pathway when they were creating, and these are the new corresponding courses that are equivalent to new courses. And then please, if you guys need more help, please refer PC completion requirements article for the old students that are returning to PC, to the new, returning. And then thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Vamsi. I got a little excited. I just want to thank you for this peer mentor development training. It's easy to read them, but it's more it's easy to comprehend if someone is explaining it to
Yes.
us with your scenarios. So thank you, Vamsi. Thank you
Thank you,
very
sister.
much. Ready to become a PMSA. Okay, so welcome, Fadia. Fadialicious. So we'll proceed now to our training, and let me share my screen. This is very easy. I'm going to share with you first the rubrics that is being used for our one-on-ones. 1 second. Okay, can you see my screen? So Bloom wants us, or the POC has asked us to use this rubric for our one-on-ones, and this will be their basis for contract renewal and for those peer mentors who would like to proceed for a full-time position. Okay, may I ask Jilla to please read the first box here?
The peer mentor clocks Monday through Friday. The number of worked hours each day is based on the working day available in the current pay period and not exceed allowed 6 hours part-time or 12 hours full-time working hour per day. The entries are not entered manually, and then mark all the boxes that apply.
Thank you, Jilla. So this is our first rubric. They want us to work not more than 6 hours since we are part-timers. If you become full-time, make sure that you work only within 12 hours. Now, if you don't have any problem here, like your Clockify is not entered manually, and then all Monday to Friday, you have hours, and then you don't exceed to this allowed period or time, and you don't have several days with more than hours allowed, more than 3 days with no hours or modified hours without permission, then you get 100% here. Okay, so far every one of you is adhering to this policy, so I don't have any problem with Clockify. Keep up the good work and just maintain this performance. Next, we'll move to scorecard. Fadia, can you read the second part, please?
The peer mentor has an average score above 85%, green and blue categories from the performance scorecard during 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. Can you read these boxes too, please?
Not at all, below 55%, but above 75%. Absolutely.
Very good. Below 85%, but above 75%. So for example, on week 3, you got blue. That's 100, equivalent of 100. Then on week 3, you got 75 or yellow. Sorry, so 100, and then let me check my scorecard again. Hold on, let me check first. Let me save you. So let's say Vamsi. Don't worry, Vamsi, I will not share your grade. I'll just get the percentage. For example, you got blue, that's 100. And then on the second week, you got 85. So that's an equivalent of 185, right? If you're going to divide 185 into 2, how much would that be? 185 divided by 2.
92.5.
92.5. So you still get 100 here. Okay. But if your score is 85, then we take the second box. 85 and below, and but above 75%. However, if it's 86 and above, then we still get 100% here. Okay. All right. Next, for self-evaluation, Emizel, can you please read this part?
The peer mentor completes the self-evaluation each week by Friday at 11:59 p.m. in their assigned time zone. There are numbers in self-evaluation.
There are no no's.
There are no, sorry. I forgot that. No, sometimes he or she doesn't send. No, she sends, but after decline, or she sends, but with some no's. Absolutely true.
Very good. Thank you. It's important that we submit the self-evaluation by Friday. If we are like serving Filipino students, then we have to submit our self-evaluation on Friday, 11 p.m. in a Philippine time zone. But if we're serving MST students or domestic students, then we should make sure that we should submit our self-evaluation by Friday, 11 p.m., 11:59 MST. So it depends on which time zone your students are located. Okay? And it is important that we don't have no's in our self-evaluation. If we have, then we are going to be scored in this first box. So how much is that? 33%. No, sometimes she doesn't send. I think all of you send your self-evaluation. So good job. No, he or she sends, but after the deadline, that you will get 66% here with some no's. But if it's yes and it's within the time frame, then you'll get 100. It's easy, very easy. Okay. Next, Vamsi, can you please read the next box?
The peer mentor reacts or responds to peer mentor support agent's message within a 24 hours timeline.
All right.
Not at all,
Uh-huh.
not bad, but it could be better. Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you. So I just want you to react to my announcements and also to respond to my personal messages to you and to attend the team meetings. For attendance of team meetings, at least you could attend twice per month. That's the passing score. Not very strict, but I really wanted you to be in our team meetings so we could be more calibrated with our announcements and with our trainings. And the last one, CSAT. Gila, can you read these boxes, please?
The peer mentor student satisfaction survey score is below 69%. The peer mentor student satisfaction survey score is above 70%. And the peer mentor student satisfaction survey score is above 90%.
Good job. So if you get 80 and above, then you get 50%. But if you get 90 and above, don't worry, you still get 100% in your CSAT. All right. And any question with our rubrics? Is this clear? No question, my dear brothers and sisters? Okay, so since we don't have any question with this, we're going to proceed with, let's learn how to use FAN with support issues. Oh. Okay, sometimes it's hard if the interaction is not developmental or it's just instructional. So how are we going to incorporate FAN while supporting our students with their technical issues? I'd like to ask Charlene, can you please read the first paragraph here?
What is a support issue? A support issue is an obstacle or challenge where the student does not have the expertise to resolve the issue on their own. An example of a support type issue includes needing help to access their courses, contact their instructor, logging into their portal, using degree planner, etc.
Mhm.
These types of situations require peer mentors to frame and assess quickly and efficiently to identify a next step or solution to help the student resolve their concern.
Thank you, Charlene. What did you understand from this paragraph?
Okay, when it's telling us about how we can quickly and efficiently identify what's the next step when a student tells us their problem.
Very good. Thank you.
That's what we want to be. We want to be like Flash, trying to get to their problem solution. So here it says to do those things, to contact the instructor. All there's these issues that he comes up with, the other degree planner, logging into their portal. But I think practice makes it perfect for us. The more we go into the cases, the more we do this, we'll make it, us remember these things where it is.
I
But then
absolutely agree.
the last time I saw my evaluation, I came to see that it's not that what we gain the understanding of, but it is that we need to not only rely on what we already know, because every week, every time it keeps changing. So we
Mm,
need to know what's the changes there.
that's right, Charlene. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes it's so easy to just give the student the solution right away, right? But as peer mentors, we also have to frame, then give assessing questions quickly and efficiently so we could identify the correct step. And I really like what you said, Charlene, that we keep on reading the KB because it changes. It's changing and we just need to keep up. So let's start here. How do we frame? Fadia, can you please read this paragraph?
When a student contacts their peer mentor with a support issue, the peer mentor should quickly frame their role around how they can help resolve the student's immediate concern. Use a positive and confident tone and explain what kind of support the student can expect from you on your call. Here is an example of how to frame your role in conversation. Student, hi, can you tell me why my degree planner is showing me courses that I have already taken and passed? Peer mentor. Hello, there are a couple of things that could be affecting your degree planner. I will do my best to answer your questions, walk through some troubleshooting steps to see if that helps, and if I can't resolve it, I will create a ticket to escalate your issue. Do you mind if I ask a few questions to get started? I want to ensure I clearly understand your situation.
Thank you. So you can copy this script, or you can tweet a little. So it would look like this. But I suggest that you put a little phrase like, as your peer mentor, I want to ask you a few questions, or as your peer mentor, I'm here to help you answer some of your technical questions so that your frame is complete. Okay. Just mentioned that as your peer mentor, my role is to. So, our evaluator is so strict and we just need to provide that that phrase they're looking for. Next, after we frame, we ask questions. Vamsi, can you read the questions, please?
Of course, my favorite segment. Asking questions is a critical part of resolving concerns. Peer mentor should ask at least 2 assessing questions to get as much information about the student situation so that they can offer the right type of support or resource. Keep in mind that peer mentor should also be checking for answers or potential troubleshooting steps in the KB or other approved resources and providing the information to students as they ask questions. Here are the few example questions to ask when working with the support type issues. Sure, okay. When did you start experiencing this issue? What have you done so far to try and resolve your issue? How is issue impacting your ability to continue in the program? How is this issue impacting your ability to submit your assignments? Have you tried asking someone from your gathering?
Sorry, Vamsi, it's a little bit long, but you can make
Yes,
it.
sister. Okay, here is an example of how to include questions in a conversation. Peer mentor, when did you first notice the classes in your degree planner were the classes you already took? Student, today when I logged in. Peer mentor, okay, great. Can you tell me what classes you are referring to? The student, its course, um, related to student courses. It was my certificate course that I took last semester in PC 103. Peer mentor, what have you done so far? Try and resolve this issue on your own. The student, well, I thought it was a glitch with the degree planner, so I shut down and restarted my computer. However, when I go in there, I still see my courses listed in my schedule. Peer mentor, also KB Articles Degree Planner Rules Section 7. I understand sometimes when students experience this sort of issue, it means transfer credits have not been evaluated yet. If you click on the transcript tab, if your degree planner, do you see the list of courses from your transcripts? Is the courses listed there? Student, yes, I see under transcripts. Okay, so that means your course evaluated. That indicates there must be another reason for your course showing in the degree planner. It took it look it looks like you will need to speak with an advisor.
Thank you, Vamsi. What have you observed in the question, in asking questions, or in this part of methodology for this
So
type of, yeah?
I observed that the peer mentor asked the questions to the relevant to the subject,
Mm-hmm.
and while he was providing an answer to the student, and also
Mm-hmm.
he asked a couple of follow-up questions to
Mm-hmm.
get more information.
Very good. Thank you, Vamsi. What about you, Jilla?
The peer mentor still incorporated the FAN
Mm-hmm.
methodology by asking two questions
Mm-hmm.
and then checking if she or he understood the student concerns by pulling it up on the KB.
Yeah, thank you. So the student, or sorry, the peer mentor asked questions. So he would confirm in himself that did she or he understood the question. And while he's trying to understand the question, he's pulling up some articles on KB, right? And okay, Emizel, can you please read the last step, next step?
Creating a next step is the last part of resolving a student support issue. The next step looks differently depending on the student situation. For example, if a student cannot log into the portal and the troubleshooting step, to try to have not work. A next step could be creating a ticket for the student. For other students who need to speak with an advisor. A next step may look like scheduling an advising appointment for the student. Peer mentor should always reference KB articles in search of answer or troubleshooting. Steps to help the student become
Before.
before determining what is the next step should be. Here is an example of how to set a next step. Peer mentor. I'm going to move forward and create a ticket and escalate your concern to our advising team. Student, okay, sounds good. How long will it take to hear back from them? Peer mentor, you should hear from someone in 1 to 2 business days. You can also contact me and I can provide an update on your ticket, student. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there something you want to add here, Sister Emizel? Or any thoughts?
Yes, sister. Actually, the next step you can also give an instruction or developing some important things to provide more information about your student, how to help them to have goals.
To have goals. Okay. Yeah. So you could like shift it into a developmental approach, right? By asking open-ended questions. Okay. So yeah, that's also a good idea, Emizel. Thank you. All right. So let's have a quick role play. Let's say there's a scenario. Vamsi student just today he sent me what is that? A concern, and the concern is that, what is the concern, Vamsi? Let's say courses, trying to ensure he completed courses, and maybe we'll have a very simple technical issue. Do you have some suggestion? Certificate is not satisfactory. What technical issue are you having so far? Maybe we can use that as a scenario. Okay, for Charlene. Okay. So for Vamsi, she has completed all the credits and then what's the concern of Mariano Gabato Vamsi? Certificate status is not satisfactory. Okay, so let's see. Hello Vamsi, you're on mute. It's not satisfactory.
The student he completed the first certificate, but when he trying to apply for the certificate, his status shows that it's not satisfactory.
Is this for the pathway certificate or first certificate at BYU
First
Idaho?
certificate at Ensign College.
Ah, first certificate. Okay. At Ensign College.
Yes.
Okay, so probably we can ask Jilla, can you be the student? And Vamsi will be the peer
Okay.
mentor. Okay, this is the scenario, Jilla. Certificate status is not satisfactory. So you're going to frame Vamsi. How you're going to frame? You have to frame, ask assessing questions, and continue on the next step. All right?
Okay. Can I be the student, please?
I think you're the most capable among us. Okay, I'm sure he's
Okay.
completed the courses. Please check it. Okay, I think we created a ticket. All right, let's start.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Jila, for reaching out to me. And how can I help you as your peer mentor?
Hi, Vamsi. I'm currently checking my certificate status and it says it's not satisfactory. Satisfactory. Can you please help me with this?
Thank you, Sister Jila, for reaching out to me. So, can I ask you a couple of questions to assess the situation to give you a better and accurate answer? Is that okay?
Sure.
So, when did you start noticing this issue?
I just noticed it during the last week.
Okay. So, what have you done so far to try and resolve this issue on your own?
I have tried logging out and logging in and trying to refresh my browser to check if my browser is contributing to that issue. But unfortunately, it's still the same.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Jila, for providing this information. So, as I looking into it, so have you tried to apply for the certificate that's where it shows the not satisfactory issue?
Not yet.
Okay, so could you please look for me under the transcript to make sure that you have completed all the courses that are related to this certificate?
Okay, I will check on it.
So while you're at it, so as a peer mentor, can I ask you how are you doing?
I'm currently doing well. I don't have any concerns right now. Just
Okay,
this certificate status that I'm worried about.
okay, how are you doing with the classes, sister?
Actually, my classes are quite challenging, but I'm glad that I have a peer mentor who can help me and motivate me.
Thank you, sister, for including me in your journey. And so, have you looked at the transcripts?
Okay, let me check. I'm checking on it right now. What do you suggest that I should do?
Oh, that is a good question, sister. So, if you're looking for the transcripts, So I go to the resources, and then you could find a transcripts tab under there. If not, go and click on the triangle next to your name and click on it. A pop-up will open, and then there you could find the transcripts. So make sure to access the transcripts. Make sure you click on the unofficial transcripts so that
Mm,
there we can find the grades that are imprinted or not.
okay, I found it now. Thank you. Ooh. This is my first time to check my transcript. I'm not talking as a student.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'm
Vamsi,
glad.
for helping
I'm
me.
glad. I'm glad that you found this cramps. So, if they're not showing up, that means your credits are still evaluating. Maybe that is the reason why it's showing up. So, could you check after a week or two if they're still not showing up on your transcripts? I will raise a concern with the advising team. Is that okay, Sister Zila?
Yes, and I'll update you what happens next. Thank you for
Thank you.
your help today.
Is there anything I can help you with as your peer mentor?
Nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you for the call and your time. Have a nice day. Wow. Thank you, Srijila. That was wonderful.
Well done, Vamsi and Sheila. Good. How did you feel as a student, Sheila?
I felt Vamsi's sincerity as his peer mentor, that his I felt the willingness
Mm,
that he's really is there to
mhm.
help me and sort out the issue for me.
Nice. Thank you. What about you, Vamsi? What did you feel as a peer mentor?
Uh, so I think it was good. I think I did better job. So I
Uh-huh.
think I should call my students more often,
Uh-huh.
and I think I should frame my role
Mhm.
earlier when I addressing the issue, and
Mhm.
that's what I missed. And I think I could add more accurate questions. So that's what it feels like.
Mhm. Well done,
Thank you, Sister
Vamsi.
Jela, for making me comfortable. When
Actually, she's a
actually,
very good student, right? Yeah, please go ahead, Vamsi. What is that?
nothing, nothing. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you too. So I hope that kind of role play helps us or give us an idea on how we should frame. So just remember to frame. I know that sometimes we get excited to answer their questions right away, but don't forget to frame and then ask
Yes,
assessing questions. Then our next step will be the solution. Okay?
two assessing questions.
Two assessing question. That's correct. Is there something you want to add, Charlene, Fadia, and Emizel? None. What about you, Fadia? Fadia is freezing. Or Charlene?
The question that was posed was certificate status is not satisfactory.
Mm-hmm.
How did we solve that? Like, what does that mean when it says not satisfactory for an Ensign College transcript? That was just transcript or degree map?
That's a good
Degree
question,
audio.
sister. I actually checked with the students' unofficial transcripts. Make sure that that is PC credits are evaluated and then added them to the unofficial transcripts. So even though it's evaluated, but its status is not changed yet. So I raised a concern with the advising team.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's just means that they have completed the semester, like the class and the grades have been entered, then it will say satisfactory. Till
Mhm.
then, it doesn't say satisfactory, satisfied. Yeah. I had a student last semester, I think, asking about this. But I
Uh-huh.
think only Ensign College has this word satisfactory and satisfied there, and
Yes,
it
sister.
confuses a lot of students.
Yes.
Yeah, it's for Ensign. It's in number 3, right? Of number 3 of OD transfer credits. Is that correct?
Yes, sister.
Yeah, number 3. Okay, thank you. Charlene, I hope that helps. And thank you again, Vamsi, for being our role model in incorporating FAN methodology in supporting our students with their technical questions. Let's move on to the next part. Wow, this is just for reminders because we don't have enough time. Yuri? Let me share my screen. So this is regarding scorecards. For week 4, week 5, we don't have a they haven't asked us to share it yet because it's not yet complete. Our evaluator became busy with the MBS application, so they haven't finished evaluating our week 5 yet. But for week 4, if we're going to combine blue, green, and yellow, we only got 80%. Sorry, 60%. But for our team to be able to pass, we should get at least 80% for the combination of blue. If we combine these colors together, we should get 80%. So let's work harder to pull up our score, to pull off our score. And it's just week 4. We can improve this in the coming weeks as long as we look to read the feedback of our evaluator, make a plan on how to not to make the same mistake, okay, and set goals with your teams on how you can help each other or how you can solve those concerns that was brought by the evaluator. Okay. Okay, so I want to ask you this question too. I'd like to ask Fadia, Charlene, and then I think Mizel, Jilla, and Vamsi, you guys are all in the same team and you're all here. Wow. I want to know what SMART goals have you created with your team members to improve your scorecard? And probably you can share too what is your plan. Yeah, we make a goal, but we make sure that we should have a plan to achieve that goal. Okay. Let's hear from Fadia first.
Hello. So regarding the SMART, because we haven't really the three of us met together, so we only have a group chat. But we were able to have a one-on-one meeting with Sister Arlene together with also another meeting date with Brother Ryan. First that we tackle is that how we do the fun and how we document, because that is really a big factor with our scorecard. So far I cannot answer the SMART way, the specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely, but what we talked about is that um is we have to make sure that we will be able to get a green score, starting with how we start to initiate our outreach. So um, I gave them some tips on how I do it, because that's how I can share what is my how do I do it. So I already told them that with my initial outreach, I do send it using the email. So I make sure that Monday or Tuesday, I will be able to send it the initial outreach to the students, and then if I won't be able to get a reply in a day or two, I will make a follow up using other methods like their preferred schedule, their preferred like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. So once we will be able to get a reply from them, um, we will be able to document it. For example, initial outreach, document it, right? Then if we haven't received any response in a day or two, put a note again. I haven't received any response from the student. I reach out using his or her messenger or his or her WhatsApp. And then we send the outreach, the follow-up. And then still, if we haven't received anything, then we will put a note there that still we haven't received a response from the student, then we will be able to make a follow-up. So we will do that. After a day or two, we send the second follow-up. So so far, with Sister Arlene, I also help them on how to do the fan or how to reply or respond to the students. So I asked Sister Arlene, how do you do your response to the students when they reply to your outreach? Tapos she said that it's a one question, one answer, one question, one answer. Sabi ko, huh? Siguro, you'll be tired of that if you're going to have a one question, one answer, one question, one answer. So I showed her we did a share screen. I showed her my my how I do it, my response. So it's not a one question, one answer. It's like addressing, for example, if we have an outreach that asking for a rate, right, from 1 to 10. So if we have a response, first is we have to appreciate the students for taking time to answer, to reply, to have a response from them, and then address um address address the rate that he or she made. So if it's 5 or low, so we have to make sure that we have a common to make sure that the students um we are trying to build and make sure that the students is not how do we say it, to make sure that we encourage or motivate the students for having that. For normally, if they have a low score when they answer the outreach, I, I normally answered it. I had that same rate when I started my journey with Pathway. So however, or I will change that. This is how I rate myself before when I was a student with the Pathway. But here's what I did, or here's what I did to motivate me, or blah 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 blah. So if it's a high, I get excited. So, awesome, you're so great. Good to know that. Appreciate you. And then I am using the some of part of the response. I get it from the tools and guide. That's really the best friend of the peer mentor, the tools and guide. So and then with that one, it's almost a paragraph with my reply to the students. It includes everything. And then after that, addressing the rate, and then a testimony, a little bit of um, involving spirituality, right? About atonement, and then the two questions. So that's how I taught them. So hopefully this would also help everyone. So far, that's what we talked about. We haven't have any, because I haven't get back to them as to what their scores after a week. So I think we are going to to talk about it after. Thank you very much. Sorry for the long answer.
Wow, that was wonderful, Fadia. Thank you. What do you think, guys, about Fadia's response? Good job from Sister Muzel. What about from Jilla, Vamsi, and Charlene? Yes, Jilla.
I actually learned from Fadia and Sister Amizel also regarding applying the fun and being able to document it well, so I can satisfy Anna's Anna's grading. So I tried hard on just following what's on our portal. And I agree with Fadia when she said, as peer mentors, our bestie is the tools and guide. So whenever I start my outreach to the student and the student replies, I see to it that I focus on the area guide. Like for example, the majority of the students' concern is about managing commitments and academics. So I always open those two focus area guides and then choose two questions, assessing questions. And then this is also Sister Emizel's advice. So, and then the next step, like also Faja said, it's including the spirituality, which is you bear your testimony to the student or leave something for the student like one of the resources from our templates or the outreach for the week.
Very well said, Fadia Angela. I really like that. Yeah, I like that you said the tools and guide is our bestie. And I also like what Fadia said, that she put a note at the end of our documentation. She would explain that the student did not reply yet. We'll follow up with the student, or we'll create the next step once the student responds. And it's good that Fadia, she's been consistent with Blue, so let's learn from her. And Fadia said that, what is that? You respond, you acknowledge the student's answer, and then respond. I like what you said, Fadia, that you empathize with the student, saying that, hey, that's also how I started. I got 5 too, but this is what I do. You don't want to bombard them with questions, right? You want to give them something valuable first before we ask a follow-up question. Okay, any question? Okay, maybe we'll hear from Charlene. Is there something you want to share about your team and how you want to improve your scorecard?
My teammate, we haven't been able to get together much because of her problems with her electricity and she being busy at odd times from me. But we do chat. We have said that we'll send the message across. Whenever you're free, you can always reply to me.
Okay, it's Sister Wendy, right?
And the
Okay.
last, we have talked about improving our work-life balance. Yes, it's Sister Wendy. Yeah, we've talked about improving, like for myself, I have spoken to her that I want to improve this balance because that's the question that our students come up with a lot. And like we need to practice what we preach. And then to help the students, we always give them ideas how they can manage their time and how they can balance so many responsibilities. But the times that we had chosen earlier, I felt that I needed to change those times. So I was just talking to her about that. Like maybe these different times would help. And I also used sending the two assessing questions to those students that were not responding. And so I think it's working because I see that though they don't respond to the both questions, they would answer one. And then that opens the way for me to converse with them. I'm focusing on 15 students at a time, so I can work on them slowly.
Thank you, Charlene. Yeah, it's one step at a time. Great job,
Yeah.
Charlene, that you're working on with your what is that?
Assessing.
With asking to assessing questions. And helping Wendy. I like what you said, that we live what we preach, right? Yeah. Thank you too for collaborating with Wendy about your students' questions. Well done. So let's move on. Here I just want to share with you this one of the one of the evaluators comment. May I ask Fadia to read this part, please?
Please be careful when copying and pasting information directly from KB articles. Not all of the information in them is intended to be sent to students. It is not okay to just copy the entire article and send the information to the student. Please also remember to list the KB article used by name in your interaction documentation.
Thank you. So this one, we should not copy and paste the KB. And I want to ask you guys, please also remember to list the KB article used by name in your interaction documentation. So you have this in your portal, a box, right, where you paste the KB article. How do you do it? Do you write the name and then the link too?
No, I actually post the link. I click on the article that I sent to the student. So when I click on it, the link actually updates, and then I paste that link directly into the box. So whenever the instructor copy and paste it on her browser, it would take her to the exact article that I sent to the student.
So it should be the link itself, not just the title.
Because I'm afraid that there might be some typos, or maybe something could be go wrong. So that's why I just directly post the link on the box.
Okay, yeah. So maybe we should include the name as well as the link. If she wanted us to list the KB article used by name. Yes, Sister Mizel.
Yes, I do that, sister. When I put in my interaction documentation, I used to use the KB and then the title and also the link. I also give also the link.
It's
So,
complete.
yes.
That should be the proper way of documenting it. Okay. Wow. Okay. We just have to do that then. Thank you, Emizel. We've already talk about that. Oh, thank you, Mom. See, now, we don't have enough time. I should have given you games, but just read in the RMG the important dates, and also about the common DSAT reasons. PMs are not replying within 24 hours. This is the common student comments, why they satisfied. They also feel that messages are like bots. So we have to tailor our interaction or outreach by using their names to make it personalized. And some interactions or some templates, it has some red words, right? That means we have to edit them. We don't send them directly. Make sure that you personalize the template by editing some parts of our outreach. Students who don't like to be contacted by their PM, just like domestic students, they're different breed. Just refer them to refusing peer mentor contact found on the Mentor Hub. It's in our handbook, our peer mentor hub. And for your roster, yeah, you should have 100 students below and below. Let me know if you still have more. And we have
I have more.
You have more, Vamsi? How many?
140.
Still? And you, Charlene? Vamsi. Charlene, how many students do you have? Oh, I can't. I think.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was I was on mute. I still have the same number, 138.
Oh, okay.
Hoping this week we'll have some less, because this week's outreach has that phrase there where if you do not want interactions with your peer mentor, you can let us know.
Yeah. So refer to this one, refusing peer mentor contact if they don't want to be contacted by their peer mentors. And then for irrelevant comments, like level 2 support, not students are not satisfied with how level 2 supports are helping them. Sometimes students give us a DSAT score, dissatisfied. And if that happens, then we still get green category on CSAT because it's not our fault. Okay. And also for tips and success, Sebas wants us to share our success or tips on our peer mentor because they're running out of tips and successes to announce, to put in their announcement. And this week we have regular one-on-one and we're going to use the rubrics. Okay? Right. I think that's all for today. It's a long training, a long meeting. I'm so sorry, but thank you very much for your patience. And do you have some questions? None? No? Okay, maybe make it. Can we ask Jilla to give our a closing prayer before we end this meeting? Thank you.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this opportunity to have our training together as a team and learn from each other to become more effective peer mentors or leaders and assistants to thy children. We are grateful for this calling or for this work that thou hast blessed us with. And we continuously pray for thy guidance that we may be able to reach out to those students who need help, that we may be able to become instruments from thee. And we continuously pray, and we are grateful for Sister Megan for leading us and for her endless service and care for us. And we continuously pray for her health and that she may continue to become productive and effective leader for all of us, and that she may be able to influence other leaders as well. And we continuously pray for our safety and for our family's safety and good health too. And this is our prayer in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jilla, for that beautiful prayer. Thank you, everyone, for your time, and see you next
Thank you
week.
po.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, we have. Thank you, Jilla, for the picture. I forgot that.